Okay, where are we? Well, we're still struggling with gltf files. This has been the hardest part of this project and it still doesn't work properly. I have uploaded it to GitHub now because it's the single texture files load perfectly and they're all good. It's all based around this one header file. The idea was to create a single header file that I could just drop into a project. It's not like I didn't do any more projects, but so you could just drop it. I created this in my template project that I use, a second project, and the idea was just to be able to drop it into this project without a great deal of hassle, which I've done. I mean, I transferred it to this and literally just needed to write a few lines of code in the entity node where it does the drawing in here, and this is pretty much the same as the OBJ loader. You simply change these bits. You don't use the try catch bit in here. You have to do slightly differently because you're getting the bin file path as well. And this is all pretty much the same as the OBJ loader. I've now got it so, whereas in the last episode I said that I couldn't move it or couldn't do anything with it. It can now be moved, scaled, can't be rotated yet. I'm still working on rotation. Just needs a little bit more work to get that going. But like I say, it's all done in here. It's this one file, not very big. You come in, you get the information. This is mainly used for the IAM GUI tree. Load the file, not in this order obviously, but it comes down. This is the draw function. The draw function is relatively simple. This here is literally just the names that are used in the shader, which don't work at the moment because I can get the names out when I'm parsing the file, but I can't get it to use them yet, which is really irritating because we can't be missing much in here now. This comes through, sets which one we're going to send to the shader, and the texture unit we're going to use. This is a little bit of, well, it's not actually error handling, it's just because I've been trying to check what files have been going where with it. This again is just used basically in the so as we know which model we're with, so as that works in the IAM GUI tree node, scene node. Read the text file. Not 1,000,000% sure what was. Oh no, this was read the binary file. That's right. This was the one I'm not 100% sure. This get accessors bit, I'm still trying to get my head around that a little bit. Load the gltf mesh, and then this is basically where you have to go through and find the bits that are in the mesh. So actually, if I do it on the single bed one's easier to see. You're coming through and finding this information that's in here, where you're sampling the texture from, and there's lots of other bits of information which I'm not going to profess I know what they do because I don't yet, which is probably why it doesn't work properly yet, and down to the bin file at the bottom. So the Kronos site where the gltf files are, I mean they have got heaps of information. The problem is it's turning that information into being able to code it, and being as I'm, this really is just a learning project. I'm literally just doing this as a retirement thing. I've retired. I wanted a hobby and don't ask me why. I just decided I was going to write, you know, I wanted to play about with OpenGL and C++. Thoroughly enjoying it until I got to this bit. This all comes through and finds the this is setting up the text coordinates for the different bits, the positions, the normals, text coordinates. Lots and lots of stuff in here. All does interesting things. This sets up the mesh like you would with, you know, with the OBJ files. It's got some weird names on it because at one point I was thinking I was getting a conflict between the different VAOs, so I have named them separately in here. Position, normals, textures, tangents. It doesn't use tangents at the moment. This just gets we set this up from the vertex buffer size, and then we divide it by the vertex count. At the moment is 8, so that then fills that in. Again, these bits here really are just, this was just because I'm trying to fathom out what information's going through to why the shaders aren't working properly. It just doesn't, the shader doesn't work properly. Load texture from, you know, which texture you're going to load. Same as the OBJ loader, pretty much. There's very little difference, if there's any difference in it. This might be set up slightly differently, but that's it for that. Then we come in here and get the different, this is where you actually go through the entire file and find out what textures it's actually got. Now it works, it goes through here and produces all the correct information for the file, so I know if I load a single texture file, it'll come up and tell me that it's a single texture file with what the texture is, and then it'll tell you that the model doesn't contain that, it doesn't contain that sort of thing. So you know, if you load one with multiple textures in, it'll tell you which ones there. I just can't get it. I just can't get it to work on the screen, and then we do a bit of cleanup at the end. Yeah, I can't say it's been the most enjoyable part of the project. I must admit I haven't got a lot of hair, and I've pulled most of what I've got out anyhow. I'm having to move on from this now, because if I carry on doing this, I shall lose interest, because it has got so. I've been round in circles so many times that I need to step away from it, so as I can. This all works now. I can now actually do something with the files. They can be moved, updated, etc. So this is a single gltf file. Comes in here, tells you that it's a base color 1, unit ID, ID 3, no normal map, no metallic roughness, no occlusion, and that was all the bits of stuff that I wanted. Oh, here we go. In there to do that. It was yeah, it has been so frustrating that I can't get it. If I try to this barrel's got 3 textures on it, so I load this, you'll see it just doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to look like I can load it as an OBJ file with its textures, which is really bizarre. That's the OBJ version. So as you can see, it's this, for some reason, it is just completely messed up, and I have absolutely no clue at the moment how to fix it. So I'm going to move away from this. I'm going to have a think about what I'm going to do next. It's probably going to be lighting. I fancy having a go at getting some lighting working. There is a lighting does affect these gltf files, so I don't know whether that will make it. That isn't the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I've got to the point where I just can't fathom out how to cure the problem of doing it, and so I thought, move away from it. Every time I do something else, I learn something new. Hopefully, eventually, I shall get to the point where I can fathom out why that's not drawing the multiple, why it's not drawing it with the multiple textures on it, with the normals and the bump map and everything. I managed to sort it in the OBJ loader. I've got the single objects loading perfectly. Something I'm going to have to come back to. Anyhow, that's where this is at the moment. So I've uploaded it to GitHub. If it's of any use to anybody, then that's even better. It's not done for that reason. It's done because I enjoy doing it. So thanks for watching if you did. Wrong one.